The two most successful clubs in the history of English football met in the 1996 FA Cup final. Manchester United, fresh from another Premier League title triumph, went head-to-head with bitter rivals Liverpool at Wembley. After 5 finals between 1986 and 1992, Liverpool were going through a lean period and were making their first trip to Wembley in 4 years. United, on the other hand, were playing in their 3rd consecutive final and were determined to avoid a repeat of the previous year. They'd been beaten by Liverpool's rivals Everton 1-0.
Double heartbreak in 95. Will it be double euphoria for Manchester United in 96? Wembley really is the perfect setting for a game of this magnitude. Two teams who've thrilled us with the quality of their football this season. And hopefully the bitter rivalry that's existed between these two famous clubs down the years won't deter them from producing an FA Cup final to savour. All the ingredients are there, certainly, for a memorable day. United with their crop of outstanding youngsters on the verge of history as they pursue an unprecedented double-double. And Liverpool seeking the win that would underline the resurgence that they've enjoyed this season with a brand of exhilarating play that's won them so many admirers. Well, Liverpool first. No late surprises. It's the lineup announced on Friday by Roy Evans, with Jamie Redknapp preferred in midfield to Michael Thomas, and Phil Babb getting the manager's vote in defence rather than Neil Ruddock. The rest of the side picks itself these days, with the pairing of Robbie Fowler and Stan Collymore in tandem up front. 55 goals between them this season. Michael Thomas and goalkeeper Tony Warner on the bench, along of course with Ian Rush, hoping for a farewell appearance on the Wembley stage. Well, Roy Evans had shown his hand then yesterday, but Alex Ferguson didn't reveal the makeup of his Manchester United team until this morning. And it was the news that Paul Scholes and Steve Bruce didn't want to hear. They were the two regulars at risk, and their places have gone to Andy Cole up front and to David May at the back. The younger of the Neville brothers, Philip, is included, but Gary is only on the bench, along with Paul Scholes and Lee Sharp. All eyes, of course, on the number 7, Eric Cantona, whose remarkable comeback was confirmed this week by his acceptance of the Footballer of the Year award. United in their home strip, wearing the famous red and white as their reward for winning the toss to decide the choice of colours. Liverpool in their away strip, green and white. This is Andy Cole. Cantona. David May. Now to Philip Neville, just 19 years old, the youngest player on the pitch. Here's Roy Keane. Cantona making the run ahead of him. But just beyond Neville. Liverpool, of course, having missed out on the final run-in for the Championship, will be equally determined to end the campaign with some silverware to show for their enterprise and endeavour over the past few months. David Beckham, another of these exciting youngsters brought in by Manchester United this season. Irwin. Keane. On then by Nicky Butt. This is Phil Babb. Keane. So crucial to United in the heart of the midfield, Roy Keane, alongside the equally tenacious Nicky Butt. Here's Butt now. Played in last season's final, mainly because of United's injury problems at the time. Cantona. Outmaneuvered by Scales, then Fowler. McManaman. Good play by David Beckham. And a wonderful pass through to Cole. It's another great chance. But Scales was up to the task.
What a wonderful ball that was from Beckham. That was an absolute superb ball, and Andy Cole again really should have done better with that opportunity. But Roy Evans will be a little bit worried how he's back three are coping with United at the moment.
Giggs now in full flow. Cole in the centre, and Beckham arriving! Wonderful stop by David James. Threw himself under that drive from Beckham. Well, you wondered if one or two of these United players, the youngsters, might freeze. There's no sign of that.
No way. I mean, thankfully that was at a good height for David James to make the save, but it was a tremendous flowing move, and United certainly on top.
The flick on was from Pallister.
And here we see Ryan Giggs turning inside Mark Wright, getting away from him here, and now he gets his head up and he sees Beckham arriving. There he sees him, rolls it into his path, and it's a great strike, but it's just at the right height that James can throw himself.
McManaman. Patient approach play here by Liverpool, but then the sunburst by Collymore. Away from Pallister, good covering. Really good covering by Philip Neville.
Well, that was the first sign of Liverpool at their best there. They were patient, kept hold of the ball until the killer ball was on, and then unfortunately Collymore just couldn't get control of the ball to get a finish in.
Rob Jones swinging over the cross. It's dealt with though by Pallister. Cantona. Amazing run then by the Frenchman. Off goes Nicky Butt. Cole is wide of him. Cantona kept going. Cole. It was an ambitious pass though. It never looked like reaching its target. Away goes Steve McManaman on the counter-attack for Liverpool. Collymore is up there with him. Fowler in the centre with McManaman. Still Collymore. And Peter Schmeichel was guarding his near post. And as ever is furious with the cover in front of him.
Well, I think they're actually having to go at Andy Cole, because Andy Cole was the one who gave it away in the first place, and all of a sudden Liverpool hit them on the counter-attack, and we see that it took a shave from Schmeichel to actually stop the ball going in the net. But Andy Cole had options for him and tried to be too greedy.
Redknapp with the corner. Wright has come up, so has John Scales. It just flicked off the head then of Pallister. Now it's Wright. McManaman with him. Steve McManaman. Now Wright. Played it towards Collymore. It's a goal kick. It was Collymore who had the final touch there. Beckham in pursuit along with Cole. Scales the back pass that looked a bit risky for a moment. David James made it look even more so. He got away with it.
Well, I think he's having the right smile to himself now, but when he hit that ball with his left foot, that was very, very dangerous to Andy Cole.
Jones with McManaman. This is Barnes. Ever thoughtful, ever creative, John Barnes. Collymore. On now then to Fowler. McAteer wide of him. Collymore's in the 18-yard box. In goes Collymore. It was just knocked away then. But Fowler goes in. There was no whistle from Dermot Gallagher. Roy Evans' team almost got the breakthrough then, with Collymore in the centre, and then Fowler joining in as well. Again, there's patient build-up by Liverpool. McManaman making one run. I'm not sure what was in the line of Scales there. Presumably that McAteer would be hurtling for, but he didn't do so.
Well, Schmeichel in a terrible mix-up there with Irwin, and very, very nearly dropped to Robbie Fowler after that good ball in which Collymore nearly got on the end of.
Lovely turn by Giggs. With a change of pace there. Support from Neville. Giggs again. Played in for Beckham. Beckham with a shot. At least I think it was a shot. Got out for a throw. A shot come cross.
Well, I think he got a slight deflection as he tried to shoot, but I still, without the deflection, I don't think it would have been too close.
Barnes in quickly. But David May covering here for Manchester United. Now Gary Pallister. United looking to step up the tempo a bit now. Cole making the run. Policed by Scales. Cole has got away from him. Giggs arriving in the centre. Between them, Wright and McAteer have dealt with the problem. Good distribution then by McAteer, on by Collymore, to Fowler, to McManaman. Flowing move here by Liverpool. Fowler again. But he was going up a blind alley then, there was no way past. Nicky Butt. Cantona just drifting away then from Wright. But Liverpool back in possession with Steve McManaman. Redknapp. McManaman to Jones. Right back for England, Rob Jones. Left back for Liverpool, with McAteer doing so well on the right side. John Scales. Being invited to go forward, but then misplacing his pass. Michael Thomas also on the bench then for Liverpool, which gives them plenty of options. A very versatile player, Thomas. Scored in the 92 win over Sunderland when Mark Wright was the captain that day. McAteer to Redknapp. Redknapp had been out for a long spell through injury, and he came back for his first full game in the semi-final win over Villa. And since then he's been preferred when available to Michael Thomas. McManaman. Jones. John Barnes. Being forced out wide by United to Jones again. And it will be some occasion if he should score today, Rob Jones. He's gone to 213 games without one for Liverpool. Indeed, he never scored one. I think his family and friends have a weekly bet on him to score. He's 50-1 today for the first goal. I think you were less than that when you were playing.
I bet his family's done some money over the years then.
Redknapp finding John Barnes. Redknapp again. McManaman taking over. Teasing Giggs. McManaman to pull it back to Wright. And now Redknapp! It was as good as opportunity as Liverpool have had in this first half. But to the dismay of the Liverpool bench, Redknapp couldn't keep it down.
Well, there's good play by McManaman, and against Ryan Giggs, pulls it back superbly, and Mark Wright keeps his head, and Jamie Redknapp's got to be so disappointed. That is, without a shadow of a doubt, Liverpool's best opportunity of this first half, and had to hit the target, but that's very poor finishing.
Manchester United going for the double-double to add to their triumph of 94. But so far, being held by Liverpool, who will start this second half now kicking from left to right. And this is Jamie Redknapp, who had that wonderful opportunity for Liverpool right at the death in the first period. Not all that many openings though before that for Roy Evans' team. Scales. Irwin, the defender here for Manchester United. Any thoughts, Ray, as the team shape up now for this second period?
Well, I think in terms, as David O'Leary said at half-time, certainly there needs to be more width from Liverpool. But McAteer has got in some good areas in the first half, but his delivery of his pass has been poor. I think that where Liverpool have had a problem in terms of width, if McManaman doesn't come out on the left, although Jones tries to give them width on the left-hand side, he is basically right-footed. And also Liverpool have been reluctant to come out to him, so they've been very, very right-sided in the first half. And I think that, Roy will be hoping that he can get width on both sides of the pitch.
Redknapp, who hasn't been quite back to his best, Jamie Redknapp, since returning to the team after that neck 3 injury, but hoping to be part of England's plans for the European Championship finals. Irwin here with a back pass to Peter Schmeichel, who's kept 21 clean sheets this season. Such has been his dominance at the back for United. May's in trouble, offside against Robbie Fowler. But some very uncertain defending then by David May, and my word, he was so nearly made to pay for it.
Well, they've been able to play out at the back from United so easily in the first half, no real pressure on them. And of course they thought it was going to be like that in the second half, and already Liverpool have pushed onto them a lot quicker and not giving them that time to play out from the back. So maybe that was one of Roy's instructions: don't give United so much time at the back to play out. And it'll be interesting to see how they combat that if Liverpool continue to push onto them.
Something, of course, that Ian Rush specialised in down the years, didn't he? That business of defending from the front, as it were.
Yeah, it's always been part of Liverpool's team pattern to do that, but they didn't do it in the first half, and obviously Roy has reminded them of that in the half-time talk.
Neville. Now Keane. Alongside him in the engine room for United is Nicky Butt. Here's Butt now from Cantona's pass. Away goes Irwin down the right side. Played it towards Cole, but Scales is there. Beckham now. Cantona drifting in at the far side. Cantona with a shot! Terrific stop, in goes Andy Cole. Heroic send from David James. Ferguson was off his seat. He thought Cantona had done it then.
Well, it was something out of nothing, wasn't it? It was a ball to the far post, and neither of them make good contact with it. And then Cantona, out of nothing, forces a great save out of David James there.
Collymore won't get to that one. Routine save for Schmeichel, and he has found Ryan Giggs. Now Beckham. Dreadful tackle by Babb. That will have to be a caution.
Yes, I don't think Phil Babb's got any excuse in the world with that. That was a terrible tackle, it really was. Beckham was in full flight. He was heading at the heart of the Liverpool defence, and it's a very late challenge there by Phil Babb, and quite rightly goes in the book for that.
Irwin to Keane. Scales almost caught out. Redknapp to assist him. Jones to Robbie Fowler. Now Babb. Redknapp on for McManaman. Oh, great skill from McManaman. Who's there again? Roy Keane. Another battling display by the Irishman. Nicky Butt, his partner in crime in the centre of the midfield. Redknapp with a shot. Well, it was no problem for Schmeichel, but at least it was on target.
Well, that's the first time we've actually seen what Jamie can do. Picked it up, was positive, went at the heart of the United defence. There we go, look now, he's positive, he's got one thing in his mind: I'm going to hit this strong and hard and on target. Bags of power, but good positioning by Schmeichel and no problem for him.
Here is Barnes getting forward now. Fowler again. Collymore's at the far post. McAteer joining in. Teasing Schmeichel. But he just plucked it out of the air.
Well, Schmeichel made that look a lot easier than what it was. That was a good ball in from McAteer. And Collymmore's there if Schmeichel isn't as quick on his feet and as agile as he was.
Giggs played out for Cantona. Oh, cheekily done. Ryan Giggs now, sweeping forward. Giggs in full flow. Taking on Scales. Just took it too far. And despite the heated protests of the United fans, the referee was right there. No question of a penalty. Just took on one too many.
No, quite right as well. It was a superb and positive run by Ryan Giggs, but once he got to the area there were two men he had to get past to get a shot in, and his touch just took it too far away and allowed David James to come and collect it.
Fowler to Jones. Rush hovering in the centre. Fowler as well. This is Fowler now, and he's chipped it wide. Neville. Giggs away down the left. It goes back at Tier. Neville again. Butt calling in the centre, unmarked here. Oh, but he let it roll on. But such tenacity shown by Nicky Butt in typical fashion. Keane now for Cantona. And Butt. But Bayern had time to clear. It was looking promising then for Manchester United. They just can't find that necessary penetration right at the finish. The cutting edge is still missing. Palliser is up, so is May, and Cantona in there. James just got his hand to it. Cantona to drive it back through, and Eric Cantona has scored for Manchester United. A shattering blow for Liverpool, and it's been delivered by the mercurial Frenchman, Eric Cantona. The goal on 86 minutes, and it's in no end, I wonder, to the fairy tale return of this man.
Well, we've talked how well David James has played, and that's his first mistake. And isn't it ironical? Eric Cantona, who scored so many vital goals to actually get them the championship. There he is, lurking on the edge of the box. Doesn't even touch it. First time, bash, to 1-0.
And that is the reaction of Alex Ferguson. Away by Redknapp to find McManaman. Thomas whistles around Wembley now from the United fans who want it to end. McAteer. And that's it! Manchester United have done it! And the hero is Eric Cantona. It's history in the making on Wembley's hallowed turf. Manchester United have won the league and now FA Cup double for the second time, the first team ever to do so. The double in 94 and now in 96. A monumental achievement by Alex Ferguson's side, written off by so many at the start of the season. They have ended the campaign in quite phenomenal fashion. For United, it's a record 9th win from 14 finals. Liverpool on the losing side for the 6th time from their 11 appearances. And he can hardly take it in, Alex Ferguson.
I wonder what's going through his mind now as he walks up there. I mean, this, for a Frenchman to go up and lift the English FA Cup, it must be an amazing feeling, even for someone like Eric Cantona, who tends to treat everything as it's a normal working day.
The Frenchman and the Dane behind him. The first, needless to say, I suppose, Frenchman to lift up the cup. Peter Schmeichel, who's done so much for Manchester United, standing behind him. And a shot there of Steve Bruce, who of course would have been leading United up had he played today.
It was an afternoon which Manchester United will remember forever. They've made history. They've become the first English club to win the league and FA Cup double twice. United had won the league and cup double for the second time in 3 years and were now firmly established as the kings of English football. It wouldn't be until 2001 when Liverpool finally added another FA Cup to their list of honours.